So before we get into today's video, let's move this out of the way and talk about the free knife I'm giving away. Find my video on my channel that says how to win this knife, like it, share it, comment I want this knife, and this knife could be yours. Drawing will be September 3rd. And next, let me say, I'm promoting the knife hobby. I'm promoting carrying an EDC knife to open packages, cut a car seat in an emergency, and just make your life much more enjoyable. Having a nice, pretty blade in your pocket is a wonderful thing. It's not about going out trying to pick a fight, get into a knife fight. That is not what this video is about. So the first knife I want to rate is this truck stop knife. Cheap knife, probably $12, $15 knife, truck stop. This knife has never been used. It was a gift. I put it in the ashtray and it's bounced around there for a year. Never once opened a package or anything, but the blade is just bouncing around. I check it out, dig around in the ashtray to see what missing parts there are, and I find out that, well, part of the frame lock just broke off. Like I said, never used. I don't ever remember using this knife. I just put it in the ashtray. Total fail. Truck stop knife, no bueno. Do not buy. This knife gets a 0. Trash can material. Okay, so the next knife up is what I call a pen knife or a standard pocket knife. Usually these are very small knives, 2 or 3 blades. This one's a Craftsman, Schrade, Uncle Henry, Old Timer, Case. They all have their version. Used to be able to pick them up for all about 20 bucks. Uncle Henry's got one now on Amazon for 23, 22, 834 UH. Great little knife, but no pocket clip. It lays down in the bottom of your pocket. It's a little heavy for its size. Collects coins. If you see some of my other videos, I explain that in further detail. I prefer a knife with a pocket clip. So this knife gets about a 5. That's where I put it. Good knife, but only gets a 5 because it lacks a lot of the modern features. But of course I'll never part with it. Next up is just a little bit bigger version of the same kind of knife. No pocket clip. A little heavy for its size. Sits down in the bottom of your pocket. This one's pretty old, as you can see by the extreme patina on the blade. But it's about a 2.5 inch blade. 6.5 overall. A little bit bigger. Like I said, no pocket clips. Sits down the bottom of your pocket. It's not that comfortable. So because it's bigger, I'm going to give it actually a 4. Now the next knife gets a little higher rating. 1, because it's so damn pretty. Okay, I mean this thing is just gorgeous in my eye. I think it's one of the prettiest knives I have. Second of all, this knife is a lockback. So it's a little safer, it's rigid, it's not going to close in your hand. About the same size blade, sharpened areas a little over 2.5 inches. It's a Warncliffe blade on this one. It's got stainless steel blade. Here's the lock in the back, hard to see, but it's easy to get to. And I like these copper locks. It's still heavy in the pocket, no pocket clip, but it's so damn pretty, let's give it a 6. Next up, let's see what we got. Victoria Knox Swiss Army Tinker. Look at this thing. Can opener, bottle opener, 2-size screwdrivers, a fillet knife. Look at that. It's got fillet stuff on there already. A little small knife for cleaning your nails and doing fine, intricate work. Look at that. 4 tools just on that one side alone. Then you flip the thing over, you got a Phillips screwdriver. You got a awl for boring holes or doing leather work. It's got a hole in the middle. You can run some string through and use it to stitch stuff up. And then we come up top here and we pull this out and we got a pair of tweezers. Alright, so you got splinters you got to get out. There you go. Flip this thing over and you got a toothpick. You got some caramel or some corn in your teeth. Snip it right out of there with that. Alright, so no pocket clip, but let me show you something my buddy Kevin sent me. he sent me this little lanyard loop. I never had one before because I always had pocket clips, but this thing looks so cool I had to find a knife to put it on. And look at this, with the tinker having the little ring at the end, goes right on here. So now it's easier to pull out of my pocket. It's easier to find. I could hang the dangler out of my pocket and have the knife sit up. And just look at this. Look how cool it looks on there. Huh? Perfect. Thanks, Kevin. Swiss Army Tinker gets a solid 7 in my book. All right. On to the Boker Cow Automatic. Deep carry clip. Opens with authority. Might be a best knife, 40 bucks. Get you one of these, not bad. But that sound, and it's a little over 3 inches, so those two things might get you in trouble in some areas. Plus, automatics aren't the most durable knife to have out there, so that one's going to knock back down to about a 6. Deep carry clip on this takes it up from a 5, so it's a 6. Alrighty. Alright, next one, Mannix Lightweight 2. I'm going to call it a 7, but it don't hold a shadow to the PM2, which is a 9. Alright, so we're not going to waste a whole lot of time on the Mannix. The PM2, it's a better looking knife. The Mannix 2 is just ugly. It's a good work knife, but the PM2 is just a much better looking knife. It's got the compression lock. It just has a lot better fidget factor. It's just everything about the knife is so much better. It's got a little over 3 inches of cutting area on that blade though, so might get you in trouble in some places. That's why it's not a perfect 10. Alright, but it comes in at a very strong 9. Alright, so now we're talking about a 4-inch knife, and that is the Zero Tolerance 0452 carbon fiber, but get you in trouble, so that one's going to be a 7. Alright, what about the ZT Hender 0652? Well, this one's come open in my pocket a few times and cut me very, very harshly. I bled all over the place of a Walgreens. This is the LMAX steel, and let me tell you, it gets like a razor. I didn't even know I cut myself, and I'm standing in a puddle of blood. So, great knife, but for EDC, it's a 5. Now, that leads us up to the Paramilitary 3 Lightweight. And if you haven't guessed it yet, by some of my other videos, this is the 10. This one is the 10. Okay, it just rings the bell everywhere. Okay, the action is phenomenal. All right, it's the exact same geometry but because of the lightweight of the knife and everything, it works better. It's easy in and out of the pocket. It weighs nothing. It comes with a deep carry clip. You don't have to do anything to this knife. Take it out of the box and start using it. The steels, it comes in all the different steels, comes in all the different handle colors, so everything's great there. You don't have to worry about changing the scales. This FRN is bi-directional. It's got plenty of traction. Price is right in the $120 mark, depending on which one you buy. Great knife. Comes in under that 3-inch blade, so you're not going to get in trouble anywhere. It's perfect. Look at that. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. And friends, please like and subscribe to my channel. It really helps out a lot. I want to continue to provide these great videos. Well, maybe not so great, but they're getting better. You know, if you look at my first one, it's pretty terrible, but they're getting better. I bought better equipment, and I'm learning a little better editing skills. But like I said, please like and subscribe. I could use your help.